Yeah, I think what I said yesterday. Let me stop talking, and everything will be fine. All right. I told you yes. There's a lot of information. All right, a lot of formulas. So I said, because you guys did pretty good, that I will let you use your notes tomorrow. All right. I think that's fair. All right. But I want to get through as much as I possibly can today. All right. Everybody with me? So the problems will be similar, just have to look things up maybe. Alright? But I want to go through and get as much as we can done right now. So take out your calculator, you don't need it.
Did you guys start this on Friday?
Yeah, we did. Alright. And we only got up to question number 6, so it's not really that big a deal. But there's a lot, so we got to get going, guys. We got to get going. Yeah. 9, I'm sorry. Here we go. It says, 2 candles are shaped like cylinders. A red candle has a height of 10 and a radius of 3, and a yellow candle has a height of 3 and a radius of 10. Which candle has the greatest surface area? All right, so basically all we're doing is finding the surface area twice. So I want you to put down surface area of the red is equal to, now the surface area of a cylinder, remember, was 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. All right, and that's the surface area for a cylinder. So let's plug in. What's the radius of the red? 3, thank you. So it'd be 2 pi times 3 squared plus 2 pi times 3. What's the height? 10, thank you. All right, so somebody tell me what that surface area, and type it straight in on your calculator. 2 pi times 3 squared plus 2 pi times 3 times 10. And this is centimeters squared. Perfect. All right, now we need to figure out the surface area of the, what other candle was it? Yellow. So surface area of the yellow, again, 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. What's the radius? 2 pi times 10, what's the height? Alright, so it looks like they just switched them up. Come on now, tell me what the surface area is you're practicing for tomorrow. Yeah, that's correct. 816.8 centimeters squared. The reason why it was kind of easy to see that the yellow one is greater is because when you square 10, look how much bigger it is than when you square 3. Everybody see that? Everybody understand what I'm saying? When you square a number, all right, it gets big pretty fast. Yep, yellow is correct. All right, now for number 10, we're finding the surface area. Surface area equals area of the base plus, how many triangles are there? 4 times 1/2 base times height. Everybody agree with that? Come on, Bradley, I'm not sure what you're doing. What's the area of the base going to be? 16 plus 4 times. What's the base of the triangle? Say it. 4. What's the height of the triangle? 17.5. Yeah, this is the area of the base, remember? The area of the base. This is the base, watch. This is the base. The area of the base is 16.
Oh, okay. I just got confused on the food.
You're good. You're good. Why is there a 4 here? Because there's 4 triangles in the figure. Jack, you with me? All right, so now number 11 is the same thing. All right, so let's try to do it correctly now. Surface area is equal to area of the base plus 4 times 1/2 BH. Ian, what's the area of the base? For number 11. Area, not the side of the base. Look right here. What's this area? Yeah, what is the area? Like, look at number 10. What's the area of the base? There you go, right? You see what I'm saying, right? Because the base is a square, so it's just side times side. 5 times 5 to do area. You with me? Come on now. All right. So 25 plus 4 times, what's the base of the triangle? 5. What's the height of the triangle? 11.9. Multiply that out for me. What is it about? Exactly? All right, good job. Oh, tell me what it was. 156 meters squared and 144 meters squared. Ian, what's the matter? Come on, man. I mean, no, because we're doing area, not volume. Agreed? All right. So now, area of the base plus how many triangles are on this? How many sides on the triangle? 3, right? Right. I didn't say there's not 4 sides. I said there's 3 triangles. Right. So it's going to be 3 times 1/2 base times height. I know, but this triangle down here is considered the what? That's right. That's the area of the base. You see what I'm saying or not? Now, what is the area of the base? Yeah, because why? How do we know it's 11? Because they tell you. Very good. Area is 11. So 11 plus 3 times 1/2. What's the base of the triangle? What's the height of the triangle? Yeah, it looks like 149, but it's 14.9. Yeah, so somebody plug that in, tell me. Anybody else get that? You good? Bless you. Bless you. All right, so now, all right, again, the surface area is equal to area of the base plus how many triangles in a square pyramid? 4. 4 times 1/2 BH. Surface area. So what will be the area of the base? Nope. What will be the area of the base? All right, I'm going to draw this out for you so I can show you. I'm listening. Yes. Say it again. B. I'm drawing the. This. That's 4 triangles. Like what I'm showing you, the walls. There are 4 triangular walls. You see what I'm saying now, right? Everybody agree? And the side length is 11. And the slant height, which is this guy right here, is 19.9. So what's the area of the base, Carlin? Yes, 121 plus 4 times 1/2. What's the base of the triangle? 11. What's the height of the triangle? 19.9. Come on, guys. Tell me.
So this times the base.
11 times 11.
Oh, so this times.
Yeah, because we're doing the area of the base, right? The area of the base is a square, which is just 11 times 11. You hear me? All right, so somebody tell me again what you get for that. 158.8. Oh, 558, thank you. And then that would be square feet. Okay, here we go. Surface area of a cone. Sorry, I was just double checking something. No, not 2, because how many bases are there? Right. So the cone is pi r squared plus pi rl. Pi r squared plus pi rl. What's the radius? What's the slant height? 16.9. Type it in on your calculator. Let's go. Remember, don't take somebody else's word for it. Surface area is equal to square feet. Everybody happy with that? Double checking things. Ian? Okay, again, surface area equals pi r squared plus pi rl. Again, 16. Surface area equals pi r squared plus pi rl. Notice I'm writing the formula every time to help myself. All right, I want everybody to do 15 and 16 quickly. Chop, chop. Got a couple for everybody. Get busy, get busy, get busy.
Oh, it's only the good food. I don't know how to do this for I can make you that.
So, hey, you haven't got a problem already. Are you working? I don't have any. All right, remember, you get the gummy worms to keep your mouth quiet. Chew them. Don't chew them all at once, though. All right, tell me about 15. What's the answer?
202.
Put the units. Okay, we got a problem with number 16. What's the problem? There's a diameter, not the radius. What's the radius? What's the radius?
I have gotten the answer for number 15.
Yeah, you tell us the answer to 15 because we've been done for 5 minutes on that problem.
I have gotten the answer.
Okay, so the answer for number 16 was what? Did anybody else get 485? Joseph, you working? You get that? All right, thank you. You keep me posted. Are you okay with 400? Is that right?
Okay, I look at calculator here. I don't need a calculator because I know how to use it.
You just use this calculator. I don't want you sitting there and being a bum.
Oh, this is how I was sitting there.
Here.
I did. Aiden, you don't deserve one.
No. Guys, we're all on the same team. It was like
Listen,
Saturday.
Amazon Prime, next day. Go sit down. Get it.
If it's not there
And I
tomorrow,
want that calculator on my desk. Don't leave it there. All right, here we go. Now, surface area of my cylinder now. Hey, surface area of a cylinder. Here we go. How many circles are there this time? So it's 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. That's the formula for surface area of a cylinder. So again, just plug in numbers in. 2 pi. What's the radius? 6. Right. So somebody tell me surface area is approximately.
I'm still right.
I got 2,714.
Point what? All right, inches.
I have 452 points. What? Yes. I have 452.
Wow, thank you very much.
You guys are all wrong. It's 452.4. Yeah. Actually, you all are wrong. It's inches.
Okay,
Square.
thank you.
You know what? I still assisted you guys. You guys never.
All right, now surface area. Remember, for your rectangular prism, surface area is 2LW plus 2LH plus 2WH. Now, in my opinion, it's easy just to go ahead and mark on the figure H equals L equals. Doesn't matter what letter goes where. Not for these. Because all sides are being used twice. So it doesn't matter where you put the numbers. All right? So again, surface area is equal to 2 times 5 times 7 plus 2 times 5 times 4 plus 2 times 7 times 4. Surface area is equal to.
Whoa.
Come on, type it in. Let's go. Somebody said 166. Good job. 166 centimeters square. Okay, now, remember, if you're not familiar with the square pyramid, just because you want to visualize it, let's go back and let's find you a square pyramid. Square pyramid, everybody do me a favor, copy it from like question number 11. Okay? and then come back down so you can see it. And then what we'll do is, all right, well, you'll do, yes, somebody already said, you can just erase the numbers, all right? And when you put in the right numbers, the base edge is 6, and the slant height is 10. Does everybody see what I'm getting at now? I think when you can see it, it's easier. So what would be the area of this base?
36.
So 36. Plus, how many triangles are there? 4. So it'd be 4 times 1/2. What's the base? 6. And what's the height? Come on, guys. That's easy now. All right. So what's my answer? Surface area is equal to how much? Okay, so now they're talking about a cone, so let's go find a cone. All right, copy down the cone so you can visualize. Again, copy the cone. All right, now this is telling you that the diameter, instead of it being 9.6, is just what? 6. And the slant height is what? 8. That was easy to fix. Hey, Ian, come on, tomorrow now, it's coming up. I don't want you mad or upset because you don't know everything. But I'm looking up and you're, concentrate with me. So, again, the formula for surface area. Who remembers what the formula for surface area of the cone was? Music to my ears. Pi r squared plus pi r L. There aren't two bases in a cone. There's only one base. That's why it's not 2 pi r squared. But look right here. Look at your cylinder. How many on the cylinder, though?
2.
That's why it's 2 pi r squared. You see that? A cylinder and a cone are not the same thing.
That problem, that shape is
Oh, it does. Let me look and see what the shape. Oh, it's a cone. A cone. That's a cone. That's what we're doing in number 20. All right. So what's the radius of the cone? So pi times 3 squared plus pi times 3. What's the slant height? Surface area is approximately what? 103 point what? 7. Or feet, though. Okay, so now we're back to 21. That's a cylinder. So surface area is 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. 2 times pi, what's the radius? Plus 2 times pi times the radius times the height. All right, somebody tell me the answer. Come on, Mia. 2. Anybody else? So I got 2 different answers. I need some confirmation here. Boys.
314. Yeah, I got 314.2.
Okay, so figure out what you did, Mia. All right, I don't want you making mistakes tomorrow. Ian, what are you doing? Tomorrow I'm going to remind you of what you did in class today. All right, 22 again. Surface area equals 2LW plus 2LH plus 2WH. And again, remember, it doesn't matter. H equals L equals W equals. Somebody get it? I don't think 482. That's what I got. All right, again, guys, you got to be double checking your work. Okay, let's look at 23 again. All right. Now, if you forgot what a square pyramid is, copy it, bring it back down so you can look at it. But what would be the area of the base of the square pyramid? 100 plus, how many triangles? 4. What's the base? What's the slant height? Everybody agree with this? Somebody tell me what the answer is. 380 centimeters squared. Now here we have surface area is equal to pi r squared plus pi r L. Somebody tell me. 27.1. Uh-oh. What'd you get? All right, so we got some problems here, guys. So I want everybody to clear the calculator again. Come on, we got to agree. Type it in again. Pi times 2.5 squared. 43.2, somebody said. All right, 43.2 centimeters squared. Okay, here we go for question number 25. All right, here we got an issue, guys. So these are the ones that are important now, so pay attention. The 6th grade is holding a carnival. One class built a beanbag toss game as shown. The game is a triangular prism with open sides. The class wants to paint the game with glow-in-the-dark paint. Each bottle of paint covers about 10 square feet and costs $1.99. To the nearest tenth, what is the area that needs to be painted and how much will it cost to paint? All right, so it says with open sides. So what I want you to see, do I have to paint this right here?
No.
And I don't have to paint the other side over here, agreed? No, we're not painting the inside. All right, that's actually a good question, though. All right, so what are the only two things we have to paint? This front wall here, does everybody agree with this? And I would say the back wall too. Right? But technically, would you really even have to paint the back wall? Does that make sense? Does everybody mind if we just paint the front wall? Is everybody good? We're just going to paint. There's no reason to paint the floor. There's no reason to paint the back wall because there's only a hole in the middle right here that you're trying to throw it through. Does everybody agree with that? So we're going to figure out how much paint we have to buy. All right, how much it's going to cost me. So, what's the area of the triangle, or the area of the rectangle? How much? Area is, that's exactly correct. So, how much area is that? 8.43 square feet. Does everybody agree? All right, so there's one of two ways of looking at this. All right, please listen. How many cans of paint do I need? Whoa, how many bottles of paint do I need? One, right? Because it says each bottle covers 10 square feet. So it's only going to cost me how much money to paint it? Yeah, $1.99. Now, let's say, for example, you thought you had to paint the back of it. If we have to paint the back of it, how many bottles are we going to need? 2. Come on, guys, that's okay, right? So if you wrote on your test, you had to paint front and back, then I would make you tell me there what? You need 2 bottles, right? Now, does it really matter this piece right here, how much I have to cut out? Because is it a lot or a little?
A little.
You with me on this, guys? Hey, I'm not sure you guys are listening to me. So I understand, I should subtract out the area of the circle. Do you agree?
Yeah.
But is that really going to affect how many cans I buy?
No.
It's not going to affect. Does everybody agree with that? All right. So it's 1 can if you thought you were going to paint the front, and 2 cans if you thought it was the front and the what? The back. Despite the fact that I have to cut out that hole right there. It's not going to make a difference. All right? Boys in the back, you guys, you working, right? I mean it. I don't want you messing around. All right? Big day tomorrow. Okay, let's look at one can. 1 can if you painted the front, 2 cans if you paint the front and the back. All right, let's look at number 26. The diagram below shows the floor plan of a museum. The museum wants to repaint each of the 3 halls. The walls in each hall are 15 feet high. Each wall will receive a coat of primer and 2 coats of paint. 1 gallon covers 400 square feet. Okay, so now we got to think, guys. Right, does everybody agree the wall is going to be 10 feet high, right? Does everybody agree with this? Does everybody agree? Thank you, 15 feet high, right? So I'm looking at Hall B. So Hall B looks like this, guys. I'm just trying to draw it so you can see what I'm saying. This is what Hall B is going to look like right here. And this is what? 65 feet by 42 feet, do you agree? And then there's going to be the walls up this way. Does everybody agree with this? Everybody see what I'm doing? Now, do I paint the floor? Do I paint the ceiling? No, I only paint the walls, right? So if I were going to paint the wall, what would be the area of this wall right here? Come on now. What would be the area of that wall right there? Come on, somebody, what dimensions am I using? Yeah, 630. Right, how many walls are 630? 2, right? So it's going to be 1,260 plus, now what's this back wall going to be? 65 times what? 65 times what? No. Yeah, the height. Remember, this is 65. So somebody do 65 times 15. How much? So 975. So altogether I need for hall B, how many square feet? 2,235 square feet. So we're just going to do hall A for now. Now it says the museum wants to repaint each of the 3 halls. Each will receive a coat of primer and 2 coats of paint. 1 gallon covers 400 square feet. All right? So if hall B, now listen, hall B is equal to 2,235 square feet, right? How many gallons of paint am I going to need for just hall B? About 5.6 gallons of paint. And, but I need what? 2 coats of paint, correct? Times that by 2. So I'm going to need 11.2 gallons. Yeah. Yeah, you would just say 12 gallons. You would say 12 gallons. What's the matter? Nothing. All right. Now, I want to continue on because, look, guys, does everybody agree we do the same thing for the great hall and hall A, right? Well, it's the same kind of thing. I want to move on. All right. So that's just for B. Then you do the great hall, and then you do hall A. And then you add the gallons. Okay? Yeah, I know. We don't have much time, so that's why I'm kind of looking through. All right. Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to concentrate tonight on just 1 through 26. Everybody with me? Review tonight 1 through 26. We just didn't have enough time to finish going over the others. But the bell rings at what time? Yeah. Yeah. I guess it is. No.